Hey everybody. Oh my gosh, we are back from Funnel Hacking Live. We're back in our normal home offices. Our voices are kind of coming back, but we're going to dive into a full recap this episode of what you missed, or maybe we're also experiencing with us at Funnel Hacking Live. So we will get into it right after we roll the intro.
We are part of an underground group of entrepreneurs that you've probably never even heard of before. We are funnel hackers, and these are our stories.
Hey there, funnel hackers. We're so excited to have you guys. My name is Ben Mood. This is
Susan Leonardson.
And we get to be able to share with you guys what happened at Funnel Hacking Live. If you guys followed us the entire week, you know what happened. If not, we wanted to give like the ultimate recap, if at all possible. So wanted to make sure that you guys had as much of the experience as possible. There's a lot of FOMO going around. Everybody's like putting all their 28 photos up of everything that happened at Funnel Hacking Live. Everybody they met, they're tagging us. We love it. We love seeing it. We love seeing your stories. We wanted to give you guys kind of the full recap because Christian, if we can toss this up, Funnel Hacking Live is for sale right now. There's an amazing sale happening for Funnel Hacking Live 9.5 and 10. So watch this. If you get tickets for Funnel Hacking Live 10, you will get Funnel Hacking 9.5 virtual for free. Plus, you'll get the replays for Funnel Hacking Live that just happened. This is the only way to get those replays. And so my suggestion, go to funnelhackinglive.com and claim it now. This goes away tomorrow night at midnight. Or over here. This goes away tomorrow night at midnight, and it's important. This is one of the coolest events that we have done. Like I don't know about you heard, Susan, but everybody was telling me like this was one of the best ever. What were you hearing? Because it was so cool.
Yeah, my personal opinion is that it was the best. I mean, this was my 4th year, so I only have the other 3 years to compare it to, but the overall energy and feeling that I was getting, and then people were saying like, "Oh my gosh, this was so cool." For a lot of people this was their first Funnel Hacking Live. So how awesome that their first Funnel Hacking Live got to be this year, that it was such an amazing experience. And even from the ClickFunnels and staff side, like everyone was just so pleased with how it went, and really smooth for most part. And it was just really fun, so much value. So I think we're going to dive into a lot of that today.
Yeah, we want to give as much as we can. So here's the deal really quick. If you guys didn't see it, when everybody registered, they saw this inside of their welcome packet. They saw that Funnel Hacking Live next year is going to be virtual, and it's going to be 9.5. Now, why is it going to be 9.5? Because the very first Funnel Hacking Live was in 2015. So we're going to do Funnel Hacking Live 10 in 2015 or 2025, 10 years from it. And it's going to be in February. And we're returning back to Las Vegas where Funnel Hacking Live started. But we also wanted to have something that would kind of do something for next year. So that way it's not totally empty space. So if you guys jump on, you will also get Funnel Hacking Live 9.5. That's happening next year, the beginning of September. So definitely, like, you can get almost a 2-for-1 deal here. And I would highly recommend it. Even if you're like, I don't know if I'm going to make it to Las Vegas or do anything like that, come down here and just select the virtual option and just grab the virtual option, because it is absolutely worthwhile. Virtual for $497. You can get the full 10 for $997, or you can get both for $200 off. This deal goes away at midnight tomorrow, and it is worth it. And our job right now is to show you how much it's worth it. So we're going to recap everything. And so if you guys were there, let us know that you guys were there. We'd love to hear about what your story was. We want to see you guys like, this was my favorite, that was my favorite. We want to hear you in the comments. This is something that we want to have together. If you weren't there, you don't want to miss this. Like, this is going to be a wonderful, wonderful episode. So let's go ahead and start. We both got there on Sunday, and we recorded like our journey too, and it never made it online.
Yeah, it never. You guys noticed our episodes while we were there. They didn't quite go as we planned.
No,
mostly because internet was a problem. So yeah, we did record our journey getting there. So do we have I don't even know, Ben. I don't think he was even told me. Do we have that
I didn't
today?
even put it together yet. No,
Oh,
I
okay, we
didn't
haven't
put
put
it
it
together
together.
either. And so like all I have is us going live, but we can play the Monday video. On Monday, super late, we got together and we walked around. Is this playing for you guys or is it not playing?
It's not playing.
It's not playing. All right, let's go ahead and pause for a minute. I want to go ahead. I want to make sure that we get this up as much as possible. So let me go ahead and reshare this file really quick because this is important. I want us to actually like go on this journey together if we can. So we went, there we are.
I was going to say Turner's in the comments, still recovering. He's still recovering.
Yeah, no joke. And it is a recovery. So Monday night, we walked through and showed you like everything and how it was set up. So that way when you joined, like, you know exactly what's happening. We got to highlight all the different things and show you all the cool setup that goes on. It was so neat to get there before the madness hit. We got there on Sunday. None of this was up. They set it all up like Monday morning. And we got to see it all come up. We got to see it all be put together. The swag shop was set up. And it was just cool to be able to walk through it with you guys and show you like all the different spaces. What was Monday like for you? Because I was crazy busy working on PowerPoints with Russell and Todd and members of the team. Like, what were you doing?
That's a great question. Monday was so long ago. No, yeah. So we were waiting to get Funnel Hacker TV booth set up. We were
right.
They got that set up for us, and we're like, okay, we got to go get all of our stuff. Monday was us just primarily figuring out like how is the rest of this week going to go. And even then, it didn't go as we expected on that front. But it was so awesome anyway. And it was getting to know the staff because the staff was all there, and actually, it was really cool. Because a lot of you diehard funnel hackers showed up early. Like some of you were there walking around in the hallways, checking things out, trying to get sneak peeks of stuff. But I got to have a lot of conversations with you guys Monday and Tuesday. We'll get to Tuesday. But it was just kind of cool because there wasn't a whole lot of people there. I wasn't in a rush to get anywhere. So I actually had some really awesome, like a little bit longer conversations with some of you that were there. It was really fun.
Yeah, that was cool. Like having conversation with you guys was one of the coolest experiences. A lot of you guys like gave us stuff. Like I have a chainmail, what is that called? Bracelet that you guys gave me. I've got shirts. I've got letters. Like there are so many things that you guys gave us.
Mm-hmm.
You just made us feel like $1 million. And this was for you. Like it was our goal to give to you. So first off, thank you for coming and saying hi. We appreciated it. But well, we hope you had an absolutely amazing time because it just went crazy. Tuesday morning, I don't know if you guys know, we woke up crazy early every single morning. And on Tuesday, as an example, let me go ahead and make sure the audio is not playing on that one. We did a recap video. This is for everybody that was not that wasn't able to make it out live. We did this for our team members that weren't there and just kind of showed what was going on, what it looked like. This is Wednesday morning, right before registration. So this is us getting ready. And you'll see a video really quick from Russell and Todd. And they're talking about just, you know, how great it is to be there. And they're just kind of talking us through like what's going to happen today, how it's going to go. And we recorded this just so that way the people who weren't working at Funnel Hacking Live still felt like they had some semblance of being on the team, know that we're all in this together. It was really cool. But being able to hear from Russell and Todd like in the morning was really nice. Number one, to know they're human just like us. It was exhausting getting all the pieces together. But then they like were able to take that to the next level and talk about like what it is that we're going to be doing step by step. We also shared a couple of things.
Buddy, I'm here with Nora, and right now we are walking to a special VIP dinner with our inner circle.
Yeah, so they had a VIP dinner with the inner circle, and it was so cool. So, you didn't see this VIP, did you, Susan? No.
I didn't.
But we all ended up at the same place. I'll tell you what. So we all went to Universal Studios that night, and it was so cool. We were able to go see Harry Potter World. Specifically walk through, is it Diagon Alley? No, not Diagon Alley. Where was it? Hogsmeade.
Hogsmeade. Yes, that's it.
We went to Hogsmeade.
Yeah,
and
that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. And I think, was it right before that we did Funnel Hacker TV? We did like, 'twas the night before Funnel Hacking Live. And just kind of like talked about what we're doing. Cause like we give away a lot of stuff. I don't know if you guys know this, but like our trivia and treasures thing became legit. And so we gave away a whole bunch of stuff and talked about, or showed all the different things that we were giving away. And so we gave away copywriting secrets. We gave away follow-up funnels. We gave away just all this different stuff, and everybody was able to register and sign up. For those of you who won, let us know. If you won but you didn't grab your swag, let us know as well. And we'll get you guys all taken care of, because it was crazy. It was fast turnaround. It was quick. There was a lot of stuff going on. But this was like the calm before the storm. We did a little bit of registration. We got to go to Harry Potter World, and I got to ride the Velocicoaster. Did you do that one, Susan?
No, because you told me you're going to have to take your glasses off. And I was like, I'll pass. I need my glasses to see. That's going to be very disorienting. Next time, though, if we end up there ever again, I'll make sure I wear contacts. And then I won't
we give away these linchpins. And they were a big deal.
Oh my gosh, that was
such
a huge hit. Everybody loved those. People were seeking us out. Like, is this where you get the linchpins? Yeah, I think we gave away all of them. I think 3 ended up making it home in my bag that I didn't realize they were in there. So I have a couple extra. Maybe we'll give away one on the show.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, those were fun.
I don't even have one. Like somebody was like, I didn't get one, and I was just like, here you go, and gave it away. I'm like, no, I don't have one. So save one for me.
I have one for Ben. I think one's one of the bigger ones too.
Awesome. Okay, so every single day at Funnel Hacking Live, they did like a recap video that's like super, super cool. And we wanted to show those to you. So let's go ahead and show the very first one, because it was good. Let's go ahead and roll that. Day 1 bar.
Who are the most excited, the most passionate, the ones who were willing to leave everything to come here and be part of this because you have a dream.
I'm gonna be here one day. We'll be here one day.
And my goal is to help you, give you the tools and the assets and everything you need to make those dreams become a reality. That's what we do here at Funnel Hacking Live.
Concert for entrepreneurs. So you guys all right with that?
I say take ownership. Take ownership of your mission. Take ownership of your job. Take ownership of your finances. Take ownership of your future. Take ownership of your life.
All right, so that was like they showed it right before day 2, but because it's day 1, I wanted to show it to you guys. Funnel Hacking Live is always emotional. Like, it always hits you in that point where you're not quite sure if you're ready to get hit, and it takes you to that next level. And it was really cool to be able to see this in such a structured manner, and like take it step by step. So day 1, let's go ahead and see if that Wednesday hype video will play, Christian. That we have there. Let's do hype and see if hype will work. Nope. Okey-doke. All right, just a moment. I'll go ahead and do that really quick. So what we did is we did FunnelHackerTV, but as we were going, we had all the different things going on. Excuse the audio for a second. There was so much going on. It was such a blast. We had Russell speak. We had Brad and Ryan take the stage. We had Perry Belcher. Perry Belcher over-delivered. We had Eric Thane, and then we ended with Jocko. Susan, what stood out to you from that week or that day? Because that day was heavy.
That day we started midway through the day and it was still loaded. I think the feeling that I was getting from everyone by the end was like, oh my gosh, every speaker was amazing. It was just stacked. I mean, like you said, we had amazing Brad and Ryan, Perry, Eric, Jocko. Russell kicked us off. That first session was streamed into the group. So you guys may have seen that first session where Russell just nailed it. it was awesome. Like, yeah, what an awesome way to start off the event. Because I mean, I don't know if you guys know this, but Jocko was going to be like, he was intended to be like a keynote, right? Which is typically like later on in the event. But the only time that he could do it was day one. It was the only time that it fit into his schedule. So we had like the keynote like at the beginning of the event, which I actually think worked so well because it really kicked it off.
Really
and then we
cool.
had an amazing speaker on day 4, which we'll get to anyway. So 2 amazing speakers.
Well, and it was cool because like, when you go through the linchpin, day one, like the first piece of the linchpin itself is this foundation series. It's like understanding that you need like the pieces you need in order to make this work. I loved Brad and Ryan's talk about the movement. Like you never have a traffic problem if you create a movement. Like the movement will propel it forward, and it's creating that movement. That's your differentiator. It was so moving, so cool. And Perry just massively over delivered. Like the AI tools alone that he just listed as he was running through, I already have people are reaching out like, when is the replay up for that one available? Who've gotten their tickets. So
missed all the pictures that they needed to take.
Yeah, if you have not gotten your tickets, you need it.
I mean, so yeah, so Perry Belcher, say that 10 times fast. He actually kicked off so Russell was coming out in between most of the speakers on most of the days. And so that was really when like the linchpin training began. So Russell was doing his like your call to adventure was what his first session was called. You got to answer to the call. And then Brad and Ryan come out. They're talking about how like, you really need to have a movement if you really want to like build this thing. And then the actual like linchpin training starts. So Perry was talking about newsletters. Having an email list and a newsletter is Russell puts that in. Like, if you guys have ever noticed, when you look at the linchpin, there's this little skinny bar at the bottom that says 2 Club Foundation. That's where Russell puts this. Of like, the foundation is your email list. You need an email list. You need to be emailing them. So that's where Perry came in. And then, you've got to start getting traffic in some way. So that's where Eric Thane comes in of short form video content. And that was as much as that they could fit into day 1, because then they go into more traffic stuff on day 2. And then Jocko, of course, comes in with his extreme ownership stuff and is like, you got to just be responsible over how your life is and take ownership. It was a lot to do with with your teams too, like taking ownership over your responsibility with your team and having a team. Yeah.
And as you guys are growing your businesses, you'll start to add team members and do all these different things. Like Jocko's talk was spectacular. You want the replays, trust me. And the fact that you get the replays with this is an amazing bonus. So go ahead and grab it. We wanted to go live right before Russell went on stage, because he went on stage and he presented live into the Facebook group. And we wanted to be able to go live beforehand. That did not happen. We were helping registration. And so we ended up going live later that night with several certified members. So Malia Burcham and with Cohen DeWitt, we got to interview both of them and just have a really good time talking about all the speakers. So if you guys wanted to catch that, that is available for you guys on the ClickFunnels Facebook page. So go to the official ClickFunnels Facebook page. You'll see all of these available for you. You can catch up on all of them, because that was a really fun, like, I didn't think that the interviews at the end were going to be as much fun as they were. The first one was draining. We went for like an hour. Each one afterwards, it was just fun. We got to hang out with other funnel nerds, and it was blast.
Yeah, it was. And it was really awesome. Like, this was the first time I was actually meeting Cohen and Malia in person. And just to hear their take on what happened. This was at the end of day 1. So half the day, right? There was so much to talk about just from that.
Yeah, it was crazy. With that, day 2 kicked off. So let's go ahead and jump over to the day 2 recap and watch that video, because that was crazy.
You can only get so much watching content. At some level, you have to engage with each other.
What Russell and Todd are about to reveal will truly revolutionize the way you do business.
The vision of ClickFunnels 2.0 is massive.
whatever you guys need to accomplish your goals in your business, that has been the primary focus since the beginning on ClickFunnels 2.0.
But what I want you to understand is that if you are doing the business way that most people aren't doing, which is great, you have all these tools that you've learned, but if you're not doing it correctly through this lens I want to share with you guys today, then you can actually have a business that pays you, that's a lot easier, a lot less stress, and you can be successful.
Last round, here we go. Hook up! Hook up! Hook up!
I loved day 2. Day 2 was like I felt like day 1 was a lot. Day 2 was a flood. It was so cool. So I'm going to do a quick rundown. I'll let you do the rundown for the next day, Susan. But like this day was heavy. There was so much that happened. And as usual, we did our Funnel Hacker TV. We did one in the afternoon finally. So we finally got one that worked. And so like we got to do one from inside. We got to do one afterwards. But we Russell came and talked. We had Stu McLaren. We had Garrett J. White. We had we had Dan Fleischman came on, Kathy Yoder. We had Catherine Jones. We had Russell and Todd shared all of the 2.0 releases. If you guys want us to, let us know in the comments. Do you want us to go through those like later on this week? Do you want to see kind of like how to actually install those? Let us know like if you want us to walk through the features and just kind of show it to you in 2.0 because it's nuts. So we can go ahead and do that if you want. Just let us know. Steve Larson and Russell Brunson went on stage and just had a great time as always. We had Mason Vrains and Bridger Pennington. We had Nehemiah Davis, which was epic and spectacular. We had Satem Magali and we had Dan Kennedy and Jim Edwards. And we ended the day with Geek Out, hanging out with Susan and with Dan and with Andrea. And it was really, really cool.
Yeah.
It was really cool. Dang.
That was a fun day, but loaded. There was so much. Like, I can't believe there was, oh my gosh, 6, 9, 12 presentations at least, or no, 13, because Catherine got moved to day 2.
Right.
So at least the 13 plus, I think Russell probably got interjected in place. I don't know. I can't remember. There was so much, but so I don't know how much we want to go into it, but like, so the first part of the day was a lot about continuity, right? Continuity. Yes. If you don't have a continuity, you don't have a business. That's the saying now, right? That's what, who's the original person that's quoted? Russell says it, but he's quoting somebody.
No, you called it out. Oh, I can't remember.
I know.
Dan.
Our brains are too tired to remember.
Oh.
It's okay. We'll move forward. So continuity. Then Russell does Mifke, a Mifke presentation. So awesome. And then we go back into traffic, right? So that was traffic with Dan Fleischman, Kathy Yoder.
Kathy Yoder did great. And Catherine Jones.
And Catherine Jones with her JV.
Gosh. And Catherine Jones was spectacular. Excuse the audio real quick. I'll see if I can... There we go. Yeah, Catherine Jones was spectacular. And she just killed it in every single way.
Yeah, everybody was so good. I was asking people in the hallways, like, okay, what was your standout? Who did you love listening to? And like everybody got named. Like everybody was so amazing. Then dramatic demonstrations continued in traffic. So it was a day of continuity, traffic, dramatic demonstrations in the overall topics of the day. Anyone that you wanted to zero in on for this recap, because there's so many, I don't think we can talk about all of them. Like you guys really just need to go buy your tickets and get the replays when you get your tickets, because there's no way we can talk about all of them.
It's not possible. So like if we talk about the morning, being able to have Garrett White teach actual business strategy was totally different than having him yell at you for for not manning up, or however you want to put it. It was entirely different. It was so cool to be able to see that and see how Russell like installs each of these ideas, or something that Russell's installing. So as he's like giving you this theory, he caps it at the end with the perfect presentation. It's like, by the way, this is how I'm installing it. And it made it all click. Like this was the best training. So Garrett was really cool. Catherine Jones was stellar. Kathy Yoder had a blast. I loved seeing Kathy Yoder just dance on stage, have a great time, and share some amazing insights. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that's, if I had to do it again, that's exactly what I would do. Dramatic demonstrations with Russell and Steve were cool. Seeing all like how you get your message right with Steve Larson was really, really powerful.
Yeah.
And it's a different way of looking at it. And so that's like, I don't know what to do it on. Like, what do I even name my challenge? This is how you name your challenge. It is the perfect, you make a dramatic demonstration that is entirely like, it's so good. Nehemiah Davis came on. Number one, the energy was super high, but he delivered so much value so quickly. You have to watch the replays in order to take good notes. It was so good. The time I came on and was spectacular. And Dan Kennedy and Jim Edwards, class act. There was like audio visual. There was all these different things. It was absolutely spectacular. And I don't know, like, so there's something really cool that we did when we got to hang out with the Geek Squad in the evening.
Let's not use maybe the potentially trademarked name.
Yeah, might potentially trademarked. Please forgive me. We're not going to Best Buy. Geek Out was spectacular. And we got to talk about all the different things that have been released inside of 2.0. If you guys want a full overview of that on Thursday, let us know. Again, we're happy to do that. There was so much gold that dropped. We had to recap it with you. And we had to go through it. So if you guys want to see what that is, let us know. We'll do another one because it was crazy. Learning hubs, communities, all the different pieces, just changing the game all over the place. Like ClickFunnels is like taking its chair at the rightful place. So it's really, really cool. Let's jump into day 3, shall we? Let's play that video.
In my mind, the way that the world works is someone's living a normal life, and somewhere along the line, they get into marketing. They get into that, they're like, I can make money. And they start this personal development journey. They usually end up wanting to start their own thing, and that's when they come into my world.
What y'all have in this system is one of the best systems ever. I made more money when I started doing ClickFunnels than I ever made on stage at one time. You are one funnel away.
You guys have seen all the pieces now. Step by step by step. Just write them down in order because that's exactly what you should be doing for your business. This is the time of your life you got to start becoming irrationally passionate. You have to start going deep on something. Like you got to be obsessed with it. Find something that you're excited by and then go all in.
One last time, I can, I will, I must. I can, I will, I must. I can, I will, I must.
Man, like Eric's morning presentation, Eric Thomas's morning presentation was like gospel for ClickFunnels. It was so heavy and it's so good. And it just got everybody off their feet. Like, I don't think we've ever had like morning panels where somebody comes in and right away, it's like somebody getting you up off your feet and you are like, it's instant wake up. It's like caffeine. It's audible caffeine. It was really, really game changing to be able to hear him right off the bat and just come in and just make his presence known and get everybody into the ClickFunnels and just, this is your calling and it's time to go.
Yeah.
It was really, really cool.
Yeah. I heard a lot from a lot of people that they just loved his presentation. It was so good. All right. Should we do a quick rundown of day 3?
Yes,
and
please.
Also, while we're doing that, Nathan's in the comments. Love Eric Thomas. Let us know who's your standout, who's your favorite in the comments. Okay, so we had Eric Thomas, then we had Nehemiah Davis back again. We had Barry Baumgartner, Ben Hardy, Jody Moore, Russell Brunson mixed into there. And then we had what they called the Attractive Character Power Hour, which included Kaylin Poulin of Lady Boss, McCall Jones of Charisma Hacking, and Kevin Anson talking about attractive character ads. And they all knocked it out of the park as well. That led to later in the evening, there was the All Roads Lead to speakers, and that was Doug Boughton, Andrea Peer, Tim Shields, Chris Voss, Miranda Pierce, Dominic Perrone. So day 3 was also packed. It was just crazy how many people they jammed in here, and it was so good. It didn't feel like it was too much. It was like exactly what needed to happen. It was amazing. Okay, so day 3, do you want to go over like, okay, we've talked about traffic, we talked about dramatic demos a little bit, and then we've talked about continuity a little bit. So what was kind of the day 3 topics?
Yeah, so day 1 was like, in essence, like your foundation, right? Day 2 was creating your first product and the best ways to sell it, both number 1 to your audience that you've already created, number 2, how do you actually start to scale this? Like, this is how you launch the business. Number 1, you get your initial funding, and then number 2, you do your dramatic demonstrations with traffic to be able to start to scale it. Day 3 was like, how do you take this now to high ticket? How do you actually like live into the high ticket format? And so like having Barry come on and speak was spectacular, because Barry is like the powerhouse behind not just Funnel Hacking Live, but multiple events with Dean Graziosi, Tony Robbins, just so many different people that you don't know she's there, but she's there. And because she's there, it's a game changer. She was absolutely spectacular just behind the scenes with us and taking care of us and making sure that we were in the right mindset and were able to support you and in the know. And then she had other teams. We were just one of 3 different teams that she was managing. It was impressive. And to be able to see her like break out how she does it was really, really cool. I love the Attractive Character Power Hour, but for me, Dr. Ben Hardy's was really cool. I love how he breaks things down. So he taught 10x is easier than 2x. He actually gave us a whole bunch of books. We got so many books during Funnel Hacking Live, guys.
This is my stack of books behind me right here of all the books we were given.
Yes. And so like they just gave us so much that it's unbelievable. 10x is easier than 2x is Dr. Hardy's book. And it was spectacular. It was on point. It was clean. It was and it was really like the calling to level up. How do you actually level up, and what is the process to do that, so that way you manage it appropriately? Because there was so much, like we had Kaylin Poulin, McCall Jones, and Kevin Anson all just come out real quick within the power hour. We took a break, and we were able to speak with Tara Tang. And Tara is so cool. So we did a breakout where we talked about all the speakers with Tara. And she talked about getting her ticket, getting tickets for her daughters to come to Funnel Hacking Live, how she sold it to them, and then how they were liking it so far. She's able to talk about her roosters back at home. It was such a cool interview. It was real. She's like, this is the 2nd Facebook Live I've ever done. Am I going to do okay? She did awesome. It was just a blast.
It was a blast. Yeah, a lot of fun talking with Tara. And then her daughters were there watching, cheering her on. It was really fun.
Yes. They were watching there, smiling and giggling the whole time. It was great. Absolutely awesome. And then we got into the All Roads Lead To panel. Mm-hmm. And holy smokes.
This is something that is new. Like this way of bringing these presenters together into this. It's called so funny. I was like giggling at how it was on our staff, the staff agenda of the day. It was like all roads lead to panel, but not really a panel, with Barry, but not really with Barry, with Russell Brunson. It's so funny. So it wasn't really a panel. They all got to come out individually. They all had about like 13 to 15 to like 20 minutes to speak on the topic that Russell asked him to speak on. And it's called All Roads Lead To, which means all roads lead to ClickFunnels, to 2CCX, to what Russell's doing, to Linchpin, like this entire ecosystem of things that are happening over here. So every one of them spoke about how, you know, one of those things or another have led to the success in their business. Yeah, Doug came out and spoke about how he was able to multiple years in a row be the dream car winner with a small community, small compared to most of the other people that are, you know, winning 2 Comma Club awards. And he's also now won a 2 Comma Club award. So how to do it with a smaller audience. Andrea came out and spoke about how we've aligned our agency with Lynchpin and how she started. She got the start of her career in what we do now, joining 2CCX, and she just nailed it. Tim Shields talked about how he goes around and does webinars in really cool places. So dramatic demonstrations, yeah. really cool there. And Chris Voss, he came out and he spoke. Do you want to take this one, Ben? I think that it's appropriate for you to share Chris Voss.
Chris Voss's was very, very personal. So Chris Voss is all about return on relationship. You create those relationships, and that's a great way to JV, but it also is key. Like Chris talked about, like when he was in the hospital, how he was getting letters from Dave and from Russell and from these people that just like he built a relationship with, and how much that means when you actually start to try to build it into more of a business relationship, and how you build the relationship first. That's what Dream 100 is all about. And he shared a story about Dave that just had everybody in tears. And it was just beautiful. And it was a lovely, lovely dedication. And his family approved of it beforehand, so it was all good, but it was spectacular. It was really, really worth watching the replay over.
Watch the replays. There was 2 other ones after that too. So definitely go. The only way you can get replays right now is to go get your tickets for FHL 10, and in doing so, you also get a free virtual ticket for 9.5, because one is happening at the end of this year virtually, and then the next live in-person FHL is happening in February of 2025. And that is going to be amazing to all come back together after such a gap between. But go get the replays, because then there's 2 other people that came out during this All Roads Lead to section. Miranda Pierce. And did you catch Miranda? Were you in that one? You want to talk about that one as well?
Oh, Miranda's spectacular every single time. She kind of hinted at what she was going to talk about with us, which was really nice. So we kind of knew, but Miranda talks about like, how do you take the messages that would tear you down and turn it around so it not only leverages your traffic, like you explode, but your community feels like they're in the fight with you. And it was an amazing way, because we're all afraid to publish at some point. This is how you make sure that you don't have that fear. This is the best way to overcome it. And it was beautifully presented and very clean. It was wonderful. And most people don't know, she was also doing a launch at the exact same time. So she got off the stage and then was like taking calls and like closing. So she was spectacular. Dominic Peroni. Ooh, I love Dom. He like over-delivered yet again. Shared a whole bunch of fun little things that they were doing. Like the trend this year was to show, everyone wanted to show their fun ads that they had created. Like, this is the funny ad we created. This is the funny ad, like multiple presentations. If you guys didn't get an idea that this is supposed to be fun and it can be bootstrapped, you missed it. Like, this is so clean and so simple. This is not something you only do when you have a ginormous budget. You can take it one single step at a time. We got to talk about that with Brandon and Steve in the evening. We got to do a takeaway with them, and it was really cool to see like what resonated with them, especially because Steve, who's on the end with a really cool hat, Steve is like, they have their agency moving, but Steve was like, I'm going into the business industry and I want to grow my business there. And going to Funnel Hacking Live is like, I've got like a whole bunch of people I'm going to meet up with afterwards. And the things that stood out, like Dom's presentation was all about the music industry. You have multiple people that are in the music industry in Funnel Hacking Live. And it was a really cool angle to see how they were taking these things, both for their agency as well as their own personal brands. Really, really cool.
That was really fun doing that. Like just all of our evening Funnel Hacker TVs where we got to talk with people was awesome.
Yeah, it really, really was. It
To
was one of
bring
my
that
favorite
into
pieces.
bring that into our normal a little bit more.
Yeah. Let's talk about day 4 really quick,
Yes.
because day 4 started with Ben Kerr coming on, Garrett White, and Andy Grammer. And Russell prepared a video for everybody. Let's go ahead and watch that really quick. It was just a thank you for being there. And it meant a lot. Let's watch it.
This thing has come a long way in the last 9 years. Russell gets better and better. I've seen how he's innovated. The people are hungry. They're prepared to be here because Russell gave them a dream, a hope, a belief that if I get into funnel hacking, it's going to happen.
You and I are going to demonstrate how powerful the focused human mind can be.
Coming to Funnel Hacking Live is like coming home. It's just so much love.
When I got here, I was like, I found my people. I found my people.
You are in this room because greatness is starting to come out of you.
Add the funnel to that, and you've got the magic sauce. If I can do this, you can do this.
If you want to live your dream, jump off the cliff and live it.
Some of you are playing small. This ain't the time for that.
Take ownership of your mission. Take ownership of your life. And then lead to victory.
You guys are the dreamers of the day. Make it possible.
Oh my gosh. If you don't have your tickets to Funnel Hacking Live 9.5 and 10 bundled together at a discount with the replays from last year, go to funnelhackinglive.com. You will not regret it. You need to get this. This is like the best deal you could possibly get. And the time is now. This deal goes away tomorrow night at midnight. And like, this is so worth it. Like, I'm like, it's not very often you reach out to your own parents and your own siblings and you're like, look, you know, this world that I'm in, if you want to understand it, this is the best way to do it. This is a deal that needs to be shared. It needs to be gotten out there, and it is absolutely, absolutely glorious. So if you guys don't have your tickets yet for next year and you want the replays, this is where you go and get your tickets for an amazing discount and get the replays. You will not regret it. Go to funnelhackinglive.com.
You can also get your partner. Like there's at the bottom of the page, because you just mentioned, like, you know, if you want to bring multiple people along with you, go get yours. And there's a place for partner tickets at the bottom for even more of a discount. So now's the time to get it.
That is so nuts. What is that?
Yeah.
Okay, that's crazy.
It's crazy. It's never going to be this cheap.
Like, I just want to buy like a whole bunch of tickets for people now and just be like, and this is yours, and this is yours. That is so cool.
That's not. We're not doing it. Go buy your own tickets.
No, go buy your own ticket,
now.
guys. Take that responsibility. Show up for yourself. Go to funnelhackinglive.com. There was so much that hit just right on day 4 that I don't think we're going to be able to encapsulate it. And so this is a video that the team did. Tim, who's wonderful, is always putting out videos, put this video together. And so let's go ahead and show that video that Tim put together. And I think that's the way we all felt at the end. Let's go and watch that.
We've laughed together. We've learned together. We've even cried together. Well, not me, but I did see a few emotional people cry, you know. I would never cry. We've been yelled at and screamed at by military people, famous athletes. Just so many screams and shouts calling us out on the things that are holding us back and making us look at ourselves in the mirror, that you could see in people's eyes. All they could think is, my spouse could have a career in public speaking. We've seen so many amazing entrepreneurial conversations with business partners that will just absolutely blow your mind and just tug at your heart.
Dude, linchpin, so hot right now.
I know, man, it's mind-blowing.
Yeah! We've cheered for the speakers cheered for us, and we cheered for each other. If there's one thing that is absolutely true, is that ClickFunnels is an absolute vibe. The biggest rock concert of the marketing world has come to an end. However, that does not mean it is over, especially for you and me, because you are one funnel away. It is up to you. What will you do when you get home?
I like it.
Great video, Tim.
Yeah, that's beautifully put together. Like, we tried to get a video up, but our video was like after everybody had left and like all the lights were off. We got to do a little quick recap at the end. Guys, if you missed any of this, I highly recommend you guys go over and check out FunnelHackingLive.com. Get the replays, get this. You will kick yourself if you miss this. I'm not joking. This is that time that changes everything. And it is spectacular. So if you want those replays, go and get your tickets, re-up for next year, commit for next year and the year following, and you will not regret it by any means. Susan, any final words from you? Because I can't say anymore. This is
I don't think there's anything left to say other than if you're not there in 2024 virtually in 2025, you're going to be missing out for sure, because we already know what you missed this year. And obviously we want you to go get the recordings. We want you to get the replays so that you can come in. When we're talking about a certain speaker, we're talking about, something that was taught this year, you will know what we're talking about because you have the recordings and you actually are going to go watch them. Being able to watch those things helps us be able to create the common language that this community needs when we're talking about certain principles and certain tactics and strategies. So I'd say if you want to increase your commitment and increase your participation in the ClickFunnels community, this is your next thing that you have to go do. So I think that's it for me. $200 discount. It's never going to be this low.
Discount, replays, virtual ticket for free. You guys want it. You know you do. Go and grab it before it's gone, because this is the game changer. And we cannot wait to be a part of it and see you guys. If you guys want to see what all the features that were dropped, let us know in the comments. We cannot wait to see you guys. Go grab your tickets next year. We'll see you guys in the next Funnel Hacker TV episode. See you then.
Bye.
My name is Russell Brunson, and I'm part of an underground group of entrepreneurs that you've probably never even heard of before. We don't rely on cash from venture capitalists to get started, and we don't even have goals to go public either. In fact, our motivation is the exact opposite. You see, we have products and services and things that we know change people's lives. But because we're fighting against the big brands, people with literally unlimited budgets, we have to do things differently. We have to do things smarter. We don't have financial safety nets because every test we take is with our own money. We have to be profitable from day number one. So how do we do that? How is that even possible? If you ask the MBAs or look in your college textbooks, they will tell you that what we are doing is impossible, yet it's happening every single day. And it's happening through an art and a science that we call funnel hacking. It's not really something that I can explain to you. It's something I have to show you. These stories are a glimpse of entrepreneurs just like you who have a dream and a vision, who want to change the world in their own little way. I use the funnel hacking process to help make their dreams become a reality. Yes, we are funnel hackers, and these are our stories.